Good morning, everybody. My name is Cheryl Gandy, and I'm the Marketing Coordinator with OmniVue, and we're real excited that you guys are here with us today to see the new Microsoft Dynamics CRM 2013. Let me just go over a few housekeeping things with you before we begin. You can be dialed in using your attendee access code, or you can simply listen through your device on your speakers. Your phones will be muted throughout the entire presentation. However, we do encourage questions, so feel free to raise your hand or submit a question throughout the control panel on your GoToWebinar menu. So I'm going to introduce our speaker. We're thrilled to be showing you the brand new release of Microsoft Dynamics CRM 2013. I'm equally thrilled to introduce our presenter today. Jeff Piden is the president of OmniVue. He's passionate technology leader in the community with a long-standing and successful history of steering companies towards improving their results through business process efficiencies. In 2003, Jeff founded OmniVue, and around here, well, he's known as the head Dynamics guru and our chief CRM strategist. So with that, let me pass you on to Jeff so we can begin.
Thank you, Cheryl, and welcome everyone. As Cheryl mentioned, I am the president of OmniVue. We are an Atlanta-based Microsoft partner specializing in guiding our clients through the implementation of ERP and CRM. We have a great webinar for you today. Here's what we'll cover. At a high level, we're going to start with some customer behavioral trends, then take a high-level tour through the Dynamics CRM 2013 app. We'll dive a little deeper and show you my top 10 usability features, and then we'll wrap it up with Q&A. Aspirations are great because they inspire us to do incredible things, to strive for the ultimate, and to deliver nothing short of amazing. The world has evolved again. I know you know that. But this time, the effects of these virtual tectonic shifts have completely changed consumers' expectations on how they will buy forever. They want, as they always have, to get great customer experiences. But now, because of all these massive shifts, that want has been majorly up-leveled to an undeniable need that is solidifying into a customer ultimatum. They want amazing customer experiences every time, all the time, period. Full stop. Anything short is just unacceptable. In order to deliver on this aspirational demand, every company must undergo a massive transformation. We must transform from an organization that merely focuses on customers to an organization that goes way beyond. One that has a maniacal tenacity to exceed these wants and have every role in the organization evolve to ones that rigorously deliver amazing customer experiences. So let's talk a little bit about this evolution. Evolution takes time, but you know when you've hit a major inflection point. You can feel it, like that disturbance in the force. You can see the Wi-Fi signals zooming past and almost know the Wi-Fi strength. People suffer from new neurosis, like phantom phone vibrations in pockets or purses, or even though there's no texting or anyone calling you. We friend friends who aren't even friends with our real friends. It's gotten so confusing. But this evolution has been building since the modern social networks gained consciousness, and we began to gain comfort in the constant data feed of things, like when our friends were going for coffee and the latest emoticon that had become the new words overnight, a new kind of global language, LOL, TTYL, BRB, etc. Entire conversations can take place without a real word being typed. But now we have reached a major inflection point where it's not just social for social's sake. It means something. The connections, the insight, the transformation has given way to a new dialogue. The explosion of social and mobile together have changed more than just social and mobile. They have completely impacted our human behavior. Our decisions, criteria, and models, our communication methods, engagement principles, even our beliefs and trust systems. And organizations must not only understand these new principles, but they must adopt them and genuinely, proactively use them in every customer engagement. So why should you care so deeply about understanding these concepts? Not only will your sales depend on it, but so will your identity. Because your customers are connected, smart, and have oodles of information, they will let their fingers and their networks do the walking. Not only is it hugely convenient and provides people the ability to tailor the process to meet their needs exactly, but it makes obsolete much of the traditional marketing and selling many companies are still doing. In fact, the more traditional marketing the sales you throw at this modern consumer, less satisfied they become. It may be difficult to consider, but the new consumer doesn't want to see our marketing, much less ever hear from our sellers. In fact, it's a new sport to try to avoid sellers altogether. So what does this new world of marketing and sales and service look like? What does it take? Whether you're marketing your product, actively working a lead, or an agent in customer care, you need to be able to listen to your customers and prospects so that you can develop insights into their wants and needs, learn what they are doing on the web, who they are connected to, what is going on with their business, who is influencing them. In a sense, you need to be able to do what dating websites like Match.com and eHarmony excel at. You need to be able to understand your customers so that you can match them to the appropriate product or service. That means designing products, services, and experiences for those companies and customers you want to serve. You need to be able to engage them when the moment is right on the channel that they prefer, being clear and consistent with your processes and communications while providing your people the ability to measure their success and find opportunities to improve. And you need to nurture relationships so that you can create brand advocates. By developing a true understanding of customers, you can serve, refine, and grow relationships over time. All these activities must be done in a continuum. Your CRM system should enable your people to excel in this new world. Those built for a traditional sales cycle are outdated. They are static, and they won't be able to help you in a dynamic way. That is why we're creating something entirely new, a system reimagined to help you match, nurture, and engage. So what do we mean by clarifying design? It is common knowledge that the number one problem with CRM projects is that the system itself never gets adopted. That's why our user experience experts have created a simple and immersive layout where all the information you need is on one screen. Embedded activity feeds and powerful file sharing capabilities enable you to collaborate with your team in the context of work at hand. No more flipping between applications and getting distracted. Now you can break down the barriers that get in the way of getting work done for your customers. Now you can easily see everything you need to know about your customer and their interactions with your team and with you. So let's take a high look at this new CRM system. I am currently here in the opportunity form, and a couple things that you'll notice. At the very top, we have our top level entities, if you will, our sales, service, and marketing. Within each category, I can see and toggle through a number of different choices that I have under each of these entities. At the top here of the form, you can see the name of this opportunity. We have on the right these quick status headers that can be customized. You can have information on the top of the screen at your fingertips. What you see below here is the new business process. This is a great new feature. We're really excited about this. Allows you to define process, really help people stay on the tracks, faster onboarding of exactly what needs to be done in this particular process. So in this particular case, the opportunity screen. We have places to put information. We have certain types of fields here that we can click on and fill in information. We have our activity feed in the middle. I best describe this as like a Facebook status update for CRM. So we can see at one glance here everything that happens related to this opportunity at a glance. On the right side here, I have some places to put the sales team. I can simply look up and add a person, and it's just that quick to dynamically be able to put the stakeholders and the folks from the sales team on board. Let me grab Bob Smith here. He's going to be our champion. At the top we have our quick create, which lets us with one click create any new kind of record from lead to account, and also activities, tasks, phone calls, emails, appointments. I don't have to tell you the importance of being pervasively connected. Communicating via social networks is second nature to us in our personal lives, and so it should be at work. By giving you social tools and context of what you are doing, you can reach out to your powerful network of subject matter experts, finding the resources you need, using polls to gain consensus, giving kudos when earned. Completely configurable process guidance takes the guess out of work, driving each individual and your entire organization towards consistent communications that lead to success. What is a business process? It's a step-by-step assistant telling you what you need to do to get the outcome you desire. It's a roadmap. Where you are now, where you need to go to reach your ultimate goal. Helps reduce the demands of onboarding, pulling new hires from the sidelines onto the field of play. Benefits to establishing processes include, but are not limited to, increasing win rates, decreasing resolution rates, promoting consistent engagement, and aligning your people towards a goal so you can focus on what is most important, your customer. And we've taken our beautiful new user experience to the tablet. With your CRM license, you now get these exciting new mobile capabilities that keep you connected to your data, your team members, and the most important customers and relationships that you have, no matter where you are. Let's take a quick look at some of the ways you can connect and collaborate. And we're going to start with the new tablet application. So you can now, this is a application that runs on the iPad and it runs on Windows 8 tablets. This is really designed for salespeople, and a quick tour of it will show that I've got at the main page here my sales dashboard. I can see all my activities, opportunities, leads. I've got a little bit of my pipeline there, so this really gives you a great view right here in front of what you need to do. I have a quick access to create activities on the fly. If I needed to do a phone call, I could create that fairly quickly. And of course this has online capabilities, so it's in sync all the time. It also has some limited offline capabilities. If you are on the plane or on the road, you still have the data that you see here will still be accessible. You have access back to all the main entities involved in the sales process, the accounts and leads. For example, we can click on accounts and I can see all my accounts here and click on a row and have a great view of everything I need to do here on a Datum Corporation. And let me scroll a little bit to the right. If I'm running this on a Windows 8 computer, but if this was actually a tablet, you'd be using your finger to scroll here. I know that's a little fast, but trying to give you a look of the vast amount of information you can have on the screen. Okay, next we'll go to the Outlook client. So this is probably one of the most popular clients in the package. This integrates completely and seamlessly with Microsoft Outlook. This is where most people do all their work on a daily basis. Emails coming in can be processed, they can be tagged, and you also have your full view of CRM that you can look at in a number of ways. So let me just take a quick look at accounts. And here you'll see the same view. I have my Datum Corporation, and I can see all the detail here on the right that's associated with that. You scroll down here a little bit so you can see that. Let the screen catch up. There's a couple interesting things that you can do if you were sending or receiving an email. Send one to myself and call this a new account. All I have to do is click this track button, and by doing so it automatically knows who I am and will save this email with all attachments in CRM. So you can actually even delete it out of your sent mail or your inbox here, and it'll still be recorded against this person or this account. You also have the ability to insert templates or some sales literature. So if I was sending this out and I had some corporate brochure information, I could click on that and be able to attach that pretty quickly. All the views that you can see in the web client, you can see here in Outlook. There's two different ways that you might work. A lot of people like to use the web client. When you're attaching emails and sending emails, the preference is the Outlook client. So the other client we've talked about briefly is the web client. And this is the full application, and it is now browser independent. It supports Safari and Chrome, Internet Explorer. Can run, again, on any device, including the iPad now on Safari. Or you could run the tablet version that we showed earlier. The last client, it's very difficult to show, but I'll talk through it, is the mobile phone client. So there is now a client for Windows Phone, iPhone, Android, and it is a slimmed down version of the tablet application, but everything is connected in real time and everything is seamless. So if you can imagine being on the road and having all your contacts available, being able to schedule the next meeting or the next task on an opportunity, update the notes on an opportunity, take a picture, attach it, all this syncs back. Then you could be at home working on your iPad or a tablet in the evening, updating your opportunity a little more, writing some documents, doing a proposal, and of course you get back to the office, you always have the ability to get back online on the web client. Everything is connected, everything is collaborative and in one place. So what does this look like for the new marketer? Their CRM system needs to deliver insights that allow them to understand what their prospects are doing across digital and social channels, while also being able to track what they're doing across traditional channels. CRM helps marketers easily design and manage their customer lifecycle so they can reduce costs, decrease time to market, manage budgets, measure performance, all while delivering an exceptional customer experience. Your customer care team plays a critical role in being able to empower your customers to be loyal advocates. That really is the special sauce when it comes to the changes we discussed in the sales process. Who do you think customers are listening to when they're doing research on the web and through their social networks? Their peers, your loyal advocates. They are your voice. Listen to them and give them something positive to say. With a comprehensive picture of your customer alongside tools like Link and Skype that make for it easy for you to personally engage with the click of a button, your ability to make connections that are personal is amplified. Meanwhile, making sure you have the right information is critical. Embedded social tools help you stay connected to the people and resources who can give you the answers you need when you need them. Having Yammer within their user experience means the answer is just a post away. Communicating via social networks is second nature to us in our personal lives, and so it should be at work as well. By giving you social tools in the context of what you are doing, you can reach out to your powerful network of subject matter experts, finding the resources that you need in the very moment that you need them. So when I ask a client the question, why do your customers buy from you? The answer I hear most often is because of our service. Service, customer loyalty is key, and being able to track them in a great customer service database like CRM is critical to that loyalty factor. All right, so let's take a deeper look into the application. I'm going to go back to the web client now. And we talked about the three major pillars in CRM: sales, marketing, and service. So I'm going to take you through a little tour of that. We're going to start in sales. And again, in the menu system here, you can see that I have sales, service, marketing, and I'm connected in sales, so here's my sales. And then I have all these options available. So I can look at dashboards, activities, accounts, leads, opportunities, goals, reports, calendar, alert. There's a number of things here. So we're going to go take a look at an account. Another thing you'll see that's pervasive through the application is you'll see rows of data within this entity, and up top here it says active accounts. These are called views, and views are completely customizable and tailorable to your needs. And you can see here I have a list of views. I can see my active account, accounts that I follow, inactive accounts, top accounts. You can build these however you like. You have a little push pin over here besides this, and this will set this view to the default. So every time you open up this screen, this is what you'll see. Okay, so in the active accounts view, I see all these accounts. So I'm going to open this record for Datum Corporation. I double click on it. Here's the view I get. So you can see how rich this data is here. I have at the very top a quick glance at their revenue, the number of employees. I see who our rep is on the account. It's Jamie Bell. I have detailed account information, their website, if they have a parent account. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. We have the integration of Bing Maps. This will pull up the address of exactly where they are. Again, in the center, we have our activity feeds and a number of key pieces of information from contacts to recently won opportunities to recent cases. This screen is out of the box. It can be tailored to any way that you like. Everybody is different. Everyone likes to see their information differently, and it's very easy to move these pieces around and get the view of exactly what you would like to see. Now that I am under this record, I have a little bit more detail that I can see. So I have documents, opportunities, and cases. And again, I can see any of that information here. I'm going to just click on cases real quick because we saw a few cases below this account. And again, here I can see all the active cases for the account Datum Corporation. So now I'm going to move on over to marketing. So within marketing, I have a number of entities as well. Dashboards, leads, marketing lists, campaigns, product literature, all the things you would expect to see under marketing. And I'm going to scroll here. We're going to go take a quick look at a lead. Just like in accounts, I have a view here. My view is open leads. I have a number of choices here that I can make, and I can set these as the default view. And a number of records here that are currently open leads. So I will click on one of those rows. And what you notice in this particular record, we have the business process flow that is enabled. Where you would map this is if you have a process for how leads come in and how they move through the process of being qualified all the way through your proposal state or your fulfillment state through close. That process can be defined by you here and can be tailored so that right now we are in the qualify active state, and all these things underneath it need to be completed before I can move to the next stage in the process, which will be development. Okay, so again, you can tailor the questions that you want to ask here, and then as you move through this process, you can have these pieces underneath here dynamically change. Right? So when you're qualifying, you might want to see different information than when you're actually proposing. You might need access to different types of information here below, or fill in different pieces of information. So scroll down a little bit here. Again, you can see the activity feed in the center. I've got competitors and stakeholders. I also have the Bing map, a product called Inside View here, which I'll come back to in a bit. And this is available on leads and accounts and in contacts. Again, at the top, I also have my quick statuses as well. All right, so we're going to take a jump on over to service. And again, here are some of the entities available under service. Again, you'd expect account and contacts, cases. We've got a service calendar. We have the concept of articles and knowledge base and contracts and goals and queues. We're going to jump in and take a look at a case. Again, we have our view of our cases. I'm going to look at my active cases, and I'm going to select this first row in the record. Again, as you've seen throughout the few examples I've shown, we have our business process here. And again, this is looking for similar cases, who this is going to be assigned to, and then I could move on to the next step. I've got my case details, my activity records in the center again, and then any supporting information that I might need from the knowledge base articles to similar cases to help me resolve this. And these are my personal top 10 favorite, I'll call them functionality features. They are elements of CRM that make the usability really shine, create high adoption rates as you tailor and use these specific things to drive your implementation to just the highest level of quality. So number 10 on the list is dialogues. So dialogues are a scripted kind of questions in a box that you can completely customize. Typical in your cases in your support side where you'd be asking folks for their name and their phone number to call them back. So I'll show you, I created a quick one on the fly. And I'm going to click this record here. I was missing my submenu there. So I can start a dialogue. I'm going to run the case dialogue. And I'm really just asking two questions here. I'm asking, may I have your first name? And I can type that in, and may I have your phone number? So this is a very simple dialogue. We can add tips, and this can be completely scripted. So if you had a customer service representative on the phone, you can have them asking the proper questions. And this can be as many pages long as you'd like. I can reuse this information, so as soon as you hit next, most of us are probably going to forget who the name of the person was, but I can prompt the CSR person with that information on the ongoing screen so they always remember they're talking to Jeff. And I can instantiate workflow on the back end of this, so if I needed to create a case or update a record, I could have all that happen automatically on the backside. Right? And so at this point, I'm just going to finish that record, and that is dialogue. So dialogues can be used anywhere in the system. They are great when you want to script the user to put specific information in a specific way, and one of my favorite features. Number 9, workflow. Workflow is the engine that works underneath the entire system, and it allows you to do some really interesting things, simple things to very complex. I'm going to show you a simple example here. We're going to create a quick little workflow that will email somebody when a new lead is created. Okay, so I'm going to hop on over here, and I'm going to go to my processes and create new, and I'm going to call this new lead notification. The category here is workflow, and the entity that I want this to run against is lead. Okay, I'm going to hit OK. And from here, I'm going to say when a record is created, I'm going to use the scope of the organization. And from here, I just need to add my steps. So I'm going to scroll up here and just talk through a little bit. So these are some of the things that you can do in the workflow. So we can check conditions and do if statements and wait statements. We can create, update, and assign records. We can change statuses and send emails. You can also make custom workflows to do custom things that you want to do that also become available in this list. But in this case, we are going to basically just send an email when the lead is created. So I'm going to add a step, send email, and I'm going to fill up my properties here real quick. And it's going to come from, I'm going to look up some of my users here. I'll say it'll come from Jamie Bell. And it's going to go to let's say I'll send it to Michael. And the subject is new lead created. At this point, I can add attachments, and I can put details about the new lead. For time's sake, I'm just going to keep this simple. So a new lead has been created. What I like to do here is put a hyperlink right back to that lead, so when you get this you can click it and go. But I think you get the point here. We can tailor this however we need to. Once I save it, I can activate it, and then anytime a new lead is created, this email will fire off to Michael, and it's as simple as that. Number 8, business process. Business process, I'm going to take a look at the opportunity record we were looking at earlier. Business process, like a dialogue, like a workflow, can be tailored. It is this area on the record, and through this little menu here, I can edit this process. And what this allows me to do, I'm going to move this over to the side here. You can see step qualify. I need to identify the contact and the account, and that information should be on this form. I'm not in the qualify section here. Under development, I have these specific things that need to be done. So you can start seeing how you can build the roadmap to have the folks fill out the appropriate information that they need to in order to go down to the next step on the process. It's really that simple, but it creates consistency. Everybody's doing things the same way. You know, if you're a sales manager and you're asking somebody if something's qualified or is it going to close, we've all been in the position where everybody has their own interpretation of what that means. You can customize this any way you need and provide as much information as the screen will hold. That is the sales process. Number 7, OmniVue. This is a great product. This is a custom ISV solution for the Microsoft online versions. This is going to be incorporated into the product, but its current name is OmniVue, and I'm going to jump into accounts real quick, and I'm going to pull up, let's see, Microsoft. So we had a glimpse of this earlier at the bottom of the screen. What this will do is it'll go out on the web and it's going to find all the information it can about contact, the lead, or the company account name that you are on. In this case, I can see Microsoft about $80 billion in revenue, 99,000 employees. I can see any buzz about the company. These are press releases or RSS feeds that are coming through. I can see their competitors. I can put them on a watch list so that it's sending me information that's new about this account. I can access financial information. I can find people and contacts and add those contacts directly into my CRM system. So when we talk about social connections, this is one of the most powerful tools. You know, imagine arming your sales team with this information so that they proactively can see what's happening at an account. You know, if a new CFO gets hired or a new VP of operations, being able to proactively send them a congratulations or reach out to them, especially if you've been working this account and trying to find a way in. This is an ingenious solution right here. All right, number 6, mobile clients. I won't go deep into this because we've talked about this, but just to reiterate, having an iPhone, a Windows 8 phone, where you have direct connection back to the mothership, if you would, with all the centralized information. Everyone can collaborate around that. The tablets, I've got an iPad, I've got a couple Windows 8 tablets. It works great, being able to connect and do what you need to do there. Mobile clients, new to this version, huge jump in being able to really bring everybody into the fold on using this application. Everybody has a mobile phone, as we saw in those previous slides. Everybody's communicating that way. So, you know, it's not meant for writing a proposal and sending it out, but certainly if you need to update a status on something or assign somebody a record or check on, you know, the status of an account, perfect for that. Number 5, SharePoint integration. If you have SharePoint, the preferred best practice to store documents is going to be via SharePoint. And you can set that up for every entity in CRM. You can have a corresponding SharePoint site. Let me see here under Datum Corporation. It'll be found under Documents. And I'm not sure if this will load up here. My SharePoint site was connected. Any documents related to Datum Corporation would be here in any structure that I would like to see them in. And I can add documents directly up through the SharePoint site or directly through CRM to get right back here. So number 5, SharePoint integration. Number 4, email templates. So we're going to go back to our Outlook template real quick. And I'm going to address an email again to myself. And I'm going to say, actually I don't even have to say anything because I've got a template for this. All I need to do is track it. Once I track it, you'll notice this insert template becomes ungrayed, and I have got a thank you for contacting us template pre-built here. It can be used by everybody, so I'm going to click on that real quick. And just made a simple little solution here, but it's basically a template to be able to quickly respond with a templatized message. This is just thank you for contacting us. You'll hear from us within the hour. Sincerely, Jamie Bell. Easy, simple. I could also, again, attach some sales literature like we did previously. But templates can be customized for everything you do, responding to leads, responding to customers, out of balance situations or, overaging AR, accounts receivable. You want to talk to them about that. Talking to customers from customer service, that your case has been resolved or we received your incoming request for service, all can be templatized. 3, customization. We're going to get a little advanced on this one, but I think it's definitely worth showing. Let me get back to my screen here. Excellent. So we're going to go into settings. We really haven't talked about settings. This is kind of the advanced area. I'll give you a little look on what's in here. But under customizations and administration, business management, this is where a lot of the setup happens. So CRM can be installed in very large organizations where you have complex business units that report up to themselves, and you want security within each of those business units. You can set the rights in who sees what. Lots of different things that can be set up there. But I'm going to jump into customizations real quick. Click here on Customize the System. So you can use this product out of the box and have great success with it. Very simple if your processes are simple. As you get more complex and your needs are more sophisticated, I always tell people if you can think it, you can do it in CRM. You literally can. So every entity in the system is listed here in entities, and this is where you control the forms that we saw. If you need a new field on the form called location, it needs to be a text field, you can simply add that and drag and drop it onto the form and publish it, and then everyone has access to it. It takes literally a minute to do so. You can pre-do option sets, which are your pick lists, and you can do some very custom things in terms of service endpoints and connecting and integrating to different types of systems. So a very popular thing in CRM is to connect it to other operational systems that are already being used someplace, connected via web services. Be able to view data or bring data in is very, very powerful. Again, you can control field level security, auditing capabilities, all your reports, all your templates. All that magic happens here in customization. Number 2, goals. I love goals. Goals are great for giving people the information that they need to see how they're tracking towards their progress. And CRM gives you a really easy way to do that. So I'm going to look here just in the sales side, but you can have goals across customer service to measure, your case resolution. But traditionally here in sales is where most people use goals. So you can set up goals in terms of what your target is, and it will measure in real time what your actual is. So if I look here at this sample for Q3, 47% achieved. So in a sales pipeline scenario, this is going to look at actual closed versus what's forecasted in the given quarter or time period. And then this will allow the individual salespeople or the managers to be able to have views of this. So the security model works in such that managers can see everything that they're allowed to see with their team. So they get the view, the roll-up of everybody's achieved goal, while the individuals actually see their own specific goals. And again, this can be transferred to customer service, any other entity, and any other place where you want to measure folks. And down to number 1, my favorite, and all this kind of comes together, is dashboards. Let's look at some dashboards. Anything that's in the system can be reported out through the dashboard. Here is a quick look at a sales performance dashboard. Again, we have our view capabilities here to look at some other things that are within that. But if I'm going to scroll down a little bit here and let you look at this, there's a traditional sales pipeline. I've got some of my top opportunities. And dashboards can be created and viewed across all the entities. They can be managed. Let me find something that's got a little data in it. They can be managed across all people, and most folks can have the ability to set these up themselves. Actually, I'll show you that real quick. So let's say we want to set up a dashboard. I'm going to choose my layout. I'm going to just pick this 3-column regular dashboard. And now I've got 6 little quadrants or places here that I can drop some information. Let me just call this something real quick. I can either put charts in or I can put list views. Right, so let me grab a list and let me see, I want to see my leads. So I'm going to grab leads and I want to see my open leads. Again, these are views that I can pick any view that I want, and I'm going to add that. Don't quite like it over there. I think I'm going to pick it up and drag it up top right there. And I think this is going to take a little more space, so I'm going to increase the width of it just a little bit. And over here on the right, I want to add a little chart. So let me look at, let's see, accounts. I'll look at maybe active accounts, and I want to see the chart. Let's see, maybe, I don't know if I've got good data in here, but let's say accounts by industry, for example. Excellent. So now I save this, and I can come right on back into my dashboard here. If I look at my view, I can see my test dashboard. It's all ready to go. And there we are. That's how easy it is to create that. So I got my open leads and then my accounts. Okay, that was my top 10 list. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Those are my favorite items and functionality pieces to create a really compelling, highly adoptable CRM install. So as we wrap up here, I want to suggest one of the best ways for you all to try CRM, and that is to let OmniVue help set you up on a 30-day free trial. So we can use the Microsoft Online Cloud, and there's no commitment on your part. All we need to know is whether you're interested in this or not. We have your email, and we'd have one of our engineers contact you and help you set up, your login credentials. But then you'll have a totally usable CRM system for 30 days. You can poke around in it and do some of the things that I did here and really get a feel. It's a full working copy. Great way to kind of check it out. All right, so move on to some quick Q&A, and we'll wrap it up here. Cheryl, I'm sure you can tell me if we need to field some questions there. So somebody asked, how quickly can we set up a trial? Probably takes, just a couple hours once you get your information to our engineer. So just let us know and we can set you up. Another question on pricing. A couple things to note. You can purchase CRM in a traditional license manner, and that goes for about $1,200 a user, a full user. There are lighter users, but to get all the functionality, it's around $1,200. You can also have a cloud deployment of CRM, and that is about $65 a user per month. It's anywhere between $45 and $65, depending on the functionality. Again, full user capability is $65. And again, it can be deployed in the cloud or can be deployed on your premises if you buy the license. Any other questions? Great. We would love your feedback on the content of this presentation. If you hang on for just a minute, we need to end the webinar and then you'll be presented with a brief survey. And if you would be so kind to fill it out, we'll email you a small token of our appreciation. You wouldn't want to miss out on that. Thank you everyone for attending. Hope this was valuable content for you. Have a great day. We're going to end the webinar. Hang tight. Please fill out the survey. Talk to you soon.